Hello everybody. Thank you for joining me. I'm Paula at Paper Crafts by PRB, and today I am participating in the collab with 7 Plaza and Crafty by Tony. It is ABC April 2025, and today is day 9, so that's the letter H, and I have chosen to do hinge and hidden. So I made a pocket with a hinge on the back. So you could either add this just directly onto the top of your page, and then, you hinge it, you glue it onto the top of your page, or you could put it onto the side of your page. So I didn't bring in a book page, but let's just say this is your book page, or this is your journal page, and you would put it onto the side like that. And then you would flip it like that, okay? And then the hidden spot, of course, is right here. So that's just a hidden journaling spot that you can, do some journaling, add some more ephemera, what have you. So I made that one. It has, you can see it has a doily on it and has a flower and a bird, and just kind of some embellishment, a collage cluster. Okay, and then I made this one, and of course this one's made with a book page. You can already know that already. And then this one I made with scrapbooking paper. So same concept. Here's my collage. Here's the hidden journaling spot, and then the back has the hinge. So again, you would put it directly onto your page like that, and then it would flip up like that, or you'd put it on the edge of your page, and then it would flip out. And then this one has some cheesecloth and lace on it. All right, so let me show you how to make that. I'm using this scrapbooking paper right here. And again, of course, you can make yours any size you want. But my scrapbooking paper is going to be 5 1/4 by 7 1/2. So 5 1/4 going this way. Excuse me. And then 7 1/2 going this way. All right. There we go. And then I use this piece for my hinge in the back. So I'm going to save that little piece right there. Okay. So basically all you're going to do is I turn mine over like this, and then I just fold it. So, you can fold it wherever you want to make your pocket as big as you want or as small as you want. Okay, so I just fold mine like that. And then, so mine's gonna go like this. All right. All right, so from here, I go ahead and I glue the bottom, and I glue, oh, where's my glue? Let's see here. So I glue the bottom, and then I glue, okay, so there's the bottom. Oh, that was way too much glue. All right, I glue the bottom, and then I go and I glue this. All right, and of course I am just making a big old mess. Okay, so I glued that, the side, that's the bottom. We already glued the bottom. And then now we're gluing the side, and we're gonna glue this bottom, because this is gonna be the bottom part of it, and I glued this side right here. Okay, and then I just kind of put it together just like that. All right, so that's gonna be my pocket. And then from there, okay, so my hinge, remember I told you to keep this piece right here. So I just kind of figure out where I need to tear that so it's right there on the edge. maybe a little bit more. Okay, and I fold this in half. All right, easy, easy. And then I do ink around my edges, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. All right, so here's going to be my hinge for the back part of it. Let me get that all inked up. And then I take, after I hinge this on there, then I take a little bit off that top part, and that'll be my hidden spot. Let's go ahead and finish this first. All right, so here's my top opening. Here's going to be where my hinge is going to be. So I put it on the back where that seam is. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it on just like that. All right. So this is going to go on right here. All right, so that's my hinge. Mine doesn't go all the way from the top to the bottom, but that's okay. You can, as long as there's enough there to support it onto your page. Okay, now I am going to go ahead and ink up around here. Now I do not ink where this is, because then to me it doesn't look as hidden. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up around that. Of course, inking is a preference if you want to do it or if you don't. Okay, and then I cut off that top part. And I cut off about, anywhere from 1.25 inches to 1.5 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off right there. Okay, so that's going to be our top part where we're going to tuck in the journaling, a journaling card or some kind of paper to, for a hidden spot. What am I trying to say? My goodness. I don't know why I am lost at words when I start videotaping. You know, I do, I try and rehearse, and I know that sounds silly, but I try and rehearse a little bit before I start filming, and it always sounds so good, and I don't fumble on my words, and then all of a sudden I start recording and I'm fumbling all over the place. Okay, so that's going to be the top part. Okay, and then I have this little card that I'm going to put in here. So the dimensions that I have with the paper that I used, that might be a little too wide, huh? Okay, so let's cut some of that off. So yeah, you just want to measure where you have your, because this needs to fit into here, obviously. So let's do a little bit more, and then I don't glue that up underneath the lid. I'm going to call this a lid for now. So I don't put, I just kind of, because see, it holds it pretty good. So I just kind of leave it like that. Okay, and then this is going to go in here like this. See, just like that. Okay, so that's pretty much all it is. I am going to go ahead and ink up around here, since I had to take off that side part. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and put that back in there, and then put this back in here, and then it goes just like that. All right, and then I'm going to decorate. So I already have all my pieces to decorate. So let me go ahead and, looks like this needs to be taken off a little bit. So I have a piece of scrapbooking paper that coordinates with the, with that pink paper. So I'm going to go ahead and lay that down for the middle focal point. All right. That's going to go on there like that. All right. And then I have some cheesecloth. So have you joined in on any of the ABC monthly collab with 7 Plaza. So I think this is like my 4th or 5th video of joining in on it. So it's been fun. It's been kind of challenging trying to come up with, I want to come up with my own words, but some days I can't come up with my own. I think on C, one of the words I came up with on day C, you know, I came up with the word cheesecloth. I use cheesecloth a lot in my projects. Okay, so there's that. And I just have this. Of course, you can decorate the lid. You know, you can put whatever you want on the lid. You can decorate it as little or as much as you want. You can put lace on there. You can put trim on there. There's lots of, you know, as far as decorating, as far as embellishments, there's lots of ways to do things. Okay, so there's that one. And then it just goes like that. And then you got your secret little hidden, well, I guess it would be called hidden, because today is the letter H. So we have our hidden spot there. We have our hinge here. Okay, you put it directly on your page like that if you want, or you put it on the edge of the page. Okay, so there's that one. There's this one. And then I made one with book page. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, could you please do so? And until the next video, thank you.